In the last part of our study guide, we're going to graph some inequalities and work with piecewise functions. So the first inequality is y is greater than 2x minus 5. Our y-intercept is negative 5, so we're going to start there. Our slope is 2, which was 2 over 1. So we're going to go up 2 and to the right 1, up 2 and to the right 1. Since we have a greater than sign with no equals, we have a dashed line. And again, because it's greater than, if we look at one part of our graph and look greater, that means we're going to cover color above. In order to graph the next one, we have to have y by itself, so we need to take away 5x from both sides. Negative 15 and negative 5x do not combine, so we have negative 3y is less than or equal to negative 5x minus 15. I write it this way so that it's mx plus b. I have to divide by negative 3 to get y by itself. When I divide by a negative, remember our rule, we have to switch the inequality. Negative 5 over negative 3 is just positive 5/3. Negative 15 divided by negative 3 is positive 5. So we have a y-intercept of 5. We can't go up 5 into the right 3. So instead we have to go down 5 into the left 3. This has an equal sign, so it's going to be a solid line. And since we have greater than, we're going to be coloring above. Our next situation is a story problem. It says many entertainment venues offer special pricing for large groups. In 2013, a single-day ticket at Cedar Point costs $35. For school field trips with 15 or more students, the single-day ticket is $25. So if 10 people plan a trip to Cedar Point, how much would all the tickets cost? Well, they gave us two different prices, $35 and $25. The $25 price is only for 15 or more students, which means that we have to pay 35 times the number of tickets. 35 times 10 students, 10 people, is $350. If 20 people plan to go on a trip, now we're in the more than 15 category, so we pay $25 a person. That would be 25 times 20. Multiply that out. It's $500. All right, here we want to write a piecewise function for the total cost of tickets for the entire group as a function of the number of people in the group. So I'm going to call cost C. I'm going to call people P. So I'm going to say C of P equals, now we have two different parts here, remember? And so we have to split our graph up. Our cost is $35 a person if we have how many people? Well, if we have between 1 and 14 people. Because once we start getting to 15 people, we pay the price of 25 for P is greater than or equal to 15. Now we need to sketch the graph of the piecewise function. In order to do that, the best way to do that is going to be to create a table. And I have went ahead and done that for us here. What I did for the first part of my chart is I multiplied 35 times each of these numbers to get my totals. All right. In the second column, since once I get to 15, my price decreases to $25 per person, I did 25 times 15, 25 times 16, 25 times 17, 25 times 18, and so on. I just went ahead and stopped at 20. So this is my data that I'm going to use right now. Before we graph this, I'm going to go ahead and answer the last question. I'm going to skip to the last question. It asks us, what's the largest number of tickets that can be purchased with $400? Well, over here, if I have $400, I can purchase 11 tickets. But if you notice on the right-hand side, I can actually purchase 16 tickets with $400. So my answer here is going to be 16 tickets. Over here, I need to label my axis, so it's going to be price and people. I guess you could call it cost. My people, I'm going to go up to 20, so I'm just going to label across. I'm going to count it by ones. Now, I clearly don't have enough. My highest value of my cost was $550, so I'm going to count it by 50s here. Alright, and if you notice, what's going to happen is I'm going to have two sections to my graph. I'm going to have this section right here that costs $35 up until I get to 14 people, and then my price is going to drop actually at 15 people once I start paying $25. So I'm just going to graph a few of these points here. At 1, it costs $35. At 2, it costs $70. At 3, it costs $105. Let's skip to number 10. It costs $350. 7, it's $245, and at 14 it is $490. So we can sketch our line here. If you notice, what happens at our 15 mark here is that our price drops to $375. Our price for 16 is $400. Then 425, 450, 475, and 500. Again, we have one piece right here for the cost of $35 per ticket, and if you notice, once we start getting our group rate, we have less of a cost for 15 and so on.